I think once the government started to see the true cost of their regulations, they may not impose regulation. There wouldn't be a fight. The government would say, okay, it's not worth the legitimate governmental interest to pay each landowner $15,000 for the devaluation of the land that this regulation will create. So I'm wanting to laser the government in on the cost, not the taxpayers in on the cost. The government, you are right, the government, especially the federal government, does not ever consider that, and they pass these regulations willy-nilly and expect taxpayers to just suck it up and deal with it. And I think if we could force the way for government at all levels, but particularly the federal government, to actually understand and be responsible, be a part of bearing that burden, I don't think you'd see the conflict that you're suggesting. I think you'd see the government not regulating like they currently do.
And I don't necessarily disagree with that. I mean, a while back, I remember reading a letter from, it's actually the Center for Biological Diversity. It came out of San Francisco, their San Francisco office. Because what they like to do, they get paid based on prevailing hourly rate where they're operating out of. So they'll operate out somewhere where they can get $600-800 an hour, whatever the highest amount. And I had that same thought. It's the problem or whatever is so important to folks in San Francisco, they ought to be willing to make money for it. But the fact of the matter is, really what you do is you kind of play into their hands. Because one of the arguments that the environmental side makes is it's all a question of money. And it's really not. I mean, there's lots of litigation things that go on. It's not just a question of money. But they would make the argument, hey, if you don't appropriate that money, you can solve these problems, we say error species, there it is.
Who would appropriate that money?
To go.
Well, I would agree with that.
But the government can pay. I mean, the money's not there. It's just a way to really bend you away from the real goal, which is to make the substantive change to the Endangered Species Act that will actually be beneficial.
Well, my response to the San Francisco example you used is if you think it's so significant, then you pay. And like you said earlier, it's everything's about money. It's going to either be the landowner's going to eat it or the federal government's going to eat it, but it is about money. I mean, there's no denying it.
Senator, in the Endangered Species Act, there's no compensation. There's not a pay. And that's part of the issue. So there's not a cost there buying land or those sort of things. And you make a good point that when we restrict our right to farm, and that's what we're looking at, we're looking at our right to farm in this state. When we restrict that or prohibit that, that is a tax. But basically, the farmers in our state, they would just like to have the ability to continue to operate as they're operating. They would like to have that opportunity to continue their right to farm on their land. And this grants that.
Well, I agree, and I support what y'all are doing, and I appreciate it. It's a step in the right direction. I hope you accomplish it, and then I hope you don't stop there, and we continue to push for further protections for our farmers and landowners. Thank you, Mrs.